We are at Vacaville Christian School. I got this opportunity to speak to about 300 plus high schoolers and middle schoolers, literally from a book signing that I was doing in Sacramento, and one of the faculty members decided to pop in and they wanted me to speak to their youth. So I'm just super grateful to be able to speak to young people on a modern level. Vacaville, y'all got drip. Now listen, Vacaville, I gotta tell you a secret. Can I tell you a secret? We serve a God that has more drip than all of us. Ooh, ooh. Now listen, let me tell you how dope God is. I'm gonna say, let me tell you how dope God is. You're gonna say, how dope is he? Here we go. Let me tell you how dope God is. God is so dope that he literally said, let there be light, and boom, there was light. It's been my desire to really step outside the church. I think ministry is outside of the four walls of the church. Even though we're at a church right now, I really believe reaching the youth on their level is where it's at. So this is something that I love even more than preaching at other churches, literally ministering and speaking to young people that's just like us. When God created you with a purpose in mind. God was thinking about each and every one of you guys so much that, watch this, that God literally allowed your mom to meet your dad with you in mind. Anytime God creates something, he creates it because it's a need for it. God's not just up in heaven creating light just because he's bored and he wants to be Picasso. No. God is creating light because there's darkness and there's a need for light. Same thing with your life. The reason why God created you is because there's a need for you. The Bible, says something so cool. It says, train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. I'm so privileged to literally speak to them on this level, knowing that at a young age, I'm able to sow a seed somewhere into their life. Even if they don't, be everything we think that they should be, I believe me literally sowing a seed means the world to me. And when they get older, they're gonna say, it was this fly, dope, dripped out young dude that came to speak to me about the Bible. And you know what? Rocking with Jesus is a cool thing, so I think that making that deposit is just the best thing in the world. Let's spell fear. F-E-A. Now watch this. This is fear. F-E-A-R. Listen. False evidence appearing real. So no matter what you go through in your life, especially as it relates to being fearful for what you're going to do in the world, fearful of what God has for you, you have to do it. You got to understand that fear is nothing but false evidence that appears to be real. Everybody in here has a purpose. Everybody in here has a destiny. Everybody in here has a goal. Don't fall into different holes called depression, holes called low self-esteem, holes called being bullied. Don't fall into those categories thinking that God does not love you. The Bible says something so critical in Genesis. It says that every single person that is a Christian was literally made in the image of God, which literally means that God has entrusted his own image into you. Whenever you look in the mirror, you're looking at an image of God, which means you have to love yourself. You have to appreciate yourself. Why? Because you're made in the image of God. No matter what happens in your life, you have to remember that God has a purpose for your life. Do you hear what I'm saying? Say it again. Who said that? Say it again. That's right. Y'all give her a hand. Y'all, come on. Y'all. She said, I hear what you're saying. You got to remember that you have a purpose. Whenever you're in a situation where somebody's treating you nasty or mean, you got to say to yourself, I got a purpose. That's woo. Whenever your mom makes you mad, you go in your room, shut your door, and under your breath say, I got a purpose. All right? When your teacher makes you mad, they may be in here. Hey. You got to say to yourself at home, I have a purpose. And everybody that God has entrusted into your life is literally assigned to push you so you can meet your purpose. Y'all give a hand because you got a purpose. If you got a purpose, come on. Vacaville. Now y'all clap your hands if you got a purpose. I'm Scoggins, and I thank you guys for having me.